Hi everyone, welcome to Purdue University. My name's Kate Albanese.
My name is Akshay Kakad, and we're going to take you on a tour of the Mechanical Engineering Building.
Let's go. So this is the ME atrium. As you can see here, there's plenty of flags that show all of the countries where students are from. There's 60 plus flags, and we try and update it every year if we can. If you want to test yourself, they're in alphabetical order, so you can see what your knowledge is of flags.
The next part we want to show you is actually one of our classes. It's ME 444 Toy Design. And what you do is you really take all the design, the manufacturing you learned in your previous classes, and you take it and you create a toy. So you actually end up building something that has electrical motors, robotics. It's really cool design experience.
So you're going to follow me this way through the ME atrium, and as you can see on the floor, it's outlined in silver. These were the old train tracks used to run through the building, because as we're known as the Boilermakers, they would build trains and test trains here. And actually there was a big space where they would test the first locomotive indoors, which is why we're still known as the Boilermakers.
The 3D print lab behind me has a ton of 3D printers, and what's really cool is every single mechanical engineering student can come to this lab at any time during the day and print anything. As well, there's always TA stations, so even if you don't have any experience, you come in there with what you want to print, you talk to the TA, they'll help you slice it up and figure out how to get it on a printer. I'm printing for my fluids lab right now. You can really do anything you want with this, and that's how ME students can create.
Now we're heading downstairs to the basement, to the machine shop, and this is where all ME students have access to lathes, mills, and they're able to use their woodworking skills as well.
This also includes other facilities that have to do with welding. There's a laser cutting facility in there, and so there's just so much you can do to come create, and there's always people stationed to help you and help you learn. This is our mechanical engineering hammer, and it's something every single Purdue mechanical engineering student will do. In your first semester as an ME, the TAs will teach you how to create this hammer. It's entirely aluminum, it's stamped with your Purdue Pete, your Purdue University, and it's something that we really carry on as a legacy and tradition. So in here, this is our How Stuff Works room. How Stuff Works is one of the really most important courses of mechanical engineering, even though it's only an elective, because you take it as a freshman and it really gives you an intro to what you really can learn. A couple exhibits we have here are things that you will actually learn about how they work. So we use these cars to talk about how suspension works. We talk about differentials and steering and all these other types of mechanical concepts. Other fun ones are the Nerf guns. You can really understand how you use compressed air in a spring to make a dart shoot and have a great time with your friends.
This class was actually my first introduction into ME. So when I was in the FYE program, or first year engineering, you were exposed to a lot of different programs here at Purdue that you can take, and I really fell in love with it. Here is our history wall, and one fun fact that I love about this wall is this is the last exposed brick wall from the original ME building. So you can kind of really see where we started, and then as you walk through and you go into the new addition, you can see where we're headed with Purdue.
Another cool thing that really speaks to our prowess as engineers here at Purdue is our car teams. So we have 3 big car teams. That's Baja, an off-road car, Formula SAE, and Purdue Electric Racing, which is similar but from an electric motors.
I actually joined one of the teams my freshman year, and it's a great experience into how you're designing for manufacturing, as well as how you work with student groups and other students that you're trying to meet here at Purdue.
We're here on the first floor of the Mechanical Engineering Building, and a couple things we're going to pass by. This is the Mechanics and Materials Lab, where you'll learn about stress strain testing, tensile testing. How can you look at a material and how it breaks, how it deforms, and how you can make it so it doesn't deform.
In addition to classrooms, we also do a lot of hands-on projects with labs. So as you can see here, these are the updated labs. So this one is for heat transfer specifically. Most seniors are going to be taking this class, and the fun thing is that you can see here there's past projects. So you learn through the labs of how you set up a test, how you're going to use your heat transfer knowledge, and then you're able to design a test and see your analysis and learn something from it. So I'm currently in heat and mass right now, and it's very interesting to work through our project. It also comes right next to it with its help room right there. So they're very back to back, and it's very convenient.
The next thing to look at is our fluids mechanics lab. In this class, you will analyze how do things flow in a wake, how do you fly, how does pipe flow work, and you'll take a final project where you get to create anything you want and put it into the wind tunnel. And so my team currently is doing something pretty funny. We're trying Mario Kart, and we're gonna analyze how those fly. Coming down the halls, we're gonna get to our controls lab. Controls is the study of how you can look at a system, whatever that system may be, give it an input, and then get a desired output. And so in these labs, you're going to take different systems, such as a servo table, a wind tunnel, and understand how you can control that. How can you make it do what you want it to do? How can you make it do in a speedy way, in a slow way?
One thing that, as you'll notice, there's a lot of collaboration spaces here in the new updated version of ME. So you've got tons of whiteboards, tons of space where you and your friends can work on projects, you can discuss homework, and you can even figure out after class, you can chat about the homework or upcoming things.
And these whiteboards are always full. I actually even see my machine design project here where we're working on designing a gearbox for an electric go-kart, and how can we design that to be safe for fatigue analysis, and how can we design it to work.
We've talked about collaborative spaces earlier in this tour, and here's yet another space that you can work. We call this one Commons, and it's normally a bit quieter. So we've got smaller tables where you can work with your group on projects such as with your Mechanics and Materials lab, you can work with your Fluids lab, or even other senior design projects.
Now we're coming up on our tour rooms on the second floor of the mechanical engineering building. And one thing that's really cool about these tour rooms is that there's TAs stationed here every single day from 9 to 5. And it's for all of your core ME classes, and it is completely free. So by going through here, if you have any question on an assignment, on a homework, on a lecture, you can come through and get it clarified. I know I'll come here if I'm a little bit curious about something I just learned, or if anything just confuses me, and I'll come and learn about it. And so the TAs are super helpful, and they're always here to help us.
Speaking of learning experiences, one of the big things here at ME that we try and embrace is GRIT. So that stands for Global, Research, Industry, and Team. Every Purdue student here has the opportunity to achieve GRIT, and that's something that we want to try and help and share all these opportunities that you can get. I know I've been able to do a study abroad in France. I'm doing research right now in collaboration with agricultural and biological engineering. I've done industry because I've done 4 co-ops with the automotive industry. And then finally with teams, being a part of PMEA, I've been able to really embrace working with others and improve my collaboration and communication skills.
So one of the final stops of our tour is the Railside Cafe. And this place is really awesome because I would say it's by far the most collaborative space in all of engineering. We have obviously tables where you can sit and work, but as well, there's a cafe in there run by the ME Honor Society, and all the things in there are super cheap. You can get an energy drink, you can get a snack, a soda, a water, a coffee. This is where I've had some of my best memories in mechanical engineering, where I've worked on so many of my coolest projects and where I've met some of the greatest people I've met.
So this is the most used part of the engineering building. This is probably one of the most iconic. This is the original clock mechanisms that were here in 1895. And so it's really cool to be able to see it still working. And it is working. They rewind this counterweight every 4 or so days.
One thing that's really cool is to see that the same mechanisms that kept time in 1895 keep time today, showing that physics never change. Thanks so much for joining us on this tour. We love mechanical engineering, and we really hope you do too.
Hope we'll see you here soon.